Round 9 Motocross Alberton MX1 season coming to a close. First moto, De Silva, pole shot. FACCIOTTI into the lead. Big pass for Metcalfe to get into second, but FACCIOTTI takes the win. First moto. Second moto, Thompson out front early. Huge battle between FACCIOTTI and Metcalfe. FACCIOTTI gets the overall, closes the gap to 13 with 1 to go. Welcome to round 10 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth at the gorgeous Walton Raceway. This is the final round of racing for the MX1 class, and it will be presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports, parts, and accessories. MX1 pilots on the line, and Tyler MEDAGLIA with the fastest qualifying time, Babs.
Yeah, on that Husqvarna, man, he has been rock solid in qualifying, and to get the fastest time, amazing. Cole Tommy Gun Thompson looking calm, cool, collected, and Matt Gerke with the points lead. A big day for him. It's down to the wire with Cole FACCIOTTI, and Metcalfe there. Looks like he's solid in third.
This is championship day, Brian. 13 points separating Gorky and FACCIOTTI. Here's our points total after 9 of 10 rounds. So we have a battle for that #1 plate. Metcalfe looking good in third. MEDAGLIA sitting in fifth.
A little ways back is Bobby Canary and Kate Clayson, who's impressed this year. Kyle the Dozer Keast, rock solid. Schmoke and Teddy Mayer, who's out, will probably be bumped from the top 10.
Okay, Brian, let's have a look at this historic Walton Raceway. Absolutely gorgeous natural terrain, luscious dirt, huge ruts, great jump. This is a motocross track.
And wee man Barry Hetherington has done an amazing job of prepping this track. Those are the 9 commandments. A lot of ruts here in Walton. They've got it watered. It's a hot, sticky day. Top MX1 boys heading out onto break tracks. This is going to be awesome.
You better believe it. It's great when a championship comes down to the final round. I know all the fans are here to see what's going to happen between FACCIOTTI and Gerke. It's going to be a beauty. MX1 Racing first moto coming up next. Welcome back to the Walton Raceway in round 10 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we get set for MX1 Moto1, and it will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader. Wow, what a great day we've got, eh, Fabs? Bluebird skies, a dynamite track, 3 gorgeous Rockstar girls, 30 board is up, MX1 pilots online, and a championship battle waiting to unfold.
Between the 101 Matt Gerke and the #1 of Colton FACCIOTTI, of course, Metcalfe has been a key player, but 2 DNFs this year has set him back a bit.
Interesting to see the #7 of Bobby Canary on the inside. He likes a different gate choice. Brian Ryder's focusing down on the gate, and the gate is down, coming to that first corner. The left-hander, who's going to get that Royal Distributing hole shot?
Sweeping around the outside, it is the #3 of Tyler MEDAGLIA. Grabs that Royal Distributing hole shot here at Walton, and that is a Bondi engine. So look at this, Bondi Engines, the little speed shop out of Aurora, Ontario, has 3 of the top 4 bikes here in MX1.
Did you see FACCIOTTI and Gerke come together down into that first corner, each using their own line? But let's face it, a little bit of contact, FACCIOTTI into third, Gorky falls back to 5th.
And Cole Thompson has slid into 4th place right now. Of course, Cole, growing up not far from this Walton racetrack, has a whole slew of amateur titles here. A couple puddles as they struggle and wrestle their motorcycles through those ruts.
The #7 of Bobby Canary, we talked about that inside gate pick, got a great start. Now pressuring the #3 of Tyler MEDAGLIA for the lead. This part of the track difficult, Brian. A little tight on the inside.
You can see Canary starting and stopping, getting hung up, and then working that clutch on the acceleration. So very sketchy through some of these ruts. Some of the riders like to get up on the high side to carry their momentum, but it is very smooth and gorgeous here in the #1 of Colton FACCIOTTI, pressuring hard.
Gorky has gotten by the #148 of Thompson. He moved into 4th. Here's that start again.
On board with Kyle Swanson, Devil's Lake MX450 Yamaha rider, and a nice shot of the #3, definitely crossing the white line first. And look to the right of the screen, the 123. Medi goes down, the 30 of Keast enduroing over top, so a few key riders down early, Travers.
Lead package over the natural double through the drift corner, FACCIOTTI into 2nd place. Oh, it's some huge contact, and again by Thompson on Gorky, busts him right off the track. Wow.
What great acceleration up through the tree section from the 148. KTM factory rider Cole Thompson busting out and getting bossy on Gerke. So this is huge right now for FACCIOTTI and that 13 points gap between him and Gerke.
Cole Thompson super aggressive in 4th place, wide line through the Honda corner. Does he have Canary? Yes, he does. That's 3rd place coming into the 9 Commandments.
What smooth style from Cole Thompson. He never looks like he's working too hard, but now it's the lead battle. FACCIOTTI starting to get very bossy on his old teammate, Tyler MEDAGLIA, and he's got him down the back straightaway. Parks himself out front. What a move for the lead. He made that look kind of easy.
FACCIOTTI's been unbelievable in the first moto since round 6, Brian. He's won every single moto leading up to today, so he has the lead now, doing what he can do to get that championship. He's got to win this moto and see what else happens.
Great point, Traz. FACCIOTTI has been the dominant rider in this second half of the season. 6th place is raging with Davey Fraser on the outside. The rider from Dominican Republic on the Suzuki, that's Frederick Narquires, and he is on it.
He is on it. Back to the 123 of Metcalfe, who's picking up the scraps in 25th right now, battling at the 734 of Rayner, so Metcalfe's starting to make some moves.
Tyler Rayner looking good right now, local kid, and riding that 450 really well.
FACCIOTTI just buttering this Walton Raceway in the lead. Oh my, here comes the gun. Thompson machine gun inside on the number 3, takes 2nd place. What a pass.
Definitely, that is a hard place to pass, so Thompson took MEDAGLIA by surprise. What a sick move there, outside, inside. He's playing the game hard into the 9 Commandments.
Thompson looking absolutely gorgeous through those 9 Commandments to the Rockstar lockoff cam. MEDAGLIA in 3rd and Gorky in 4th place. So an interesting position for him. He needs to make a couple of passes, keep that points gap close.
If Tyler can hold back Gerke, that's only going to work for FACCIOTTI, but it looks like Gerke, that's the same place where Colton got by Tyler, so not quite sure where Tyler's losing it there. Maybe just getting on the gas a little late out of that right-hander before the straight.
First MX1 moto of the day, Brian. You see the ruts developing on this track. We talked about how well Barry Hetherington and crew watered up this track, have been grooming and working it. Remember, Amateur National Championship all week, so a lot of laps on this track, and here comes the 123 of Metcalfe, starting to get into a couple of clusters. This is just inside the top 10. We've got Clayson, Bruff, and it looks like the 43 of Jason Burke.
Jay Burke, a rough and tumble rider out of Hamilton, Ontario, but I'm really impressed with the 30 of Kyle Keast, latching right into the back of Metcalfe. So Keast has been working through the field with Brett.
Keast is having a great season on that GDR Honda. Brian sitting inside the top 10 in points full season. First time we've seen him do that in a long time. Back to the Commandments, Brian. Thompson and Gerke. Let's see if they can open up the pig pond.
Holy smokes, Gerke looked really good through there. That last lap with those long legs, manualing a couple in the middle. And look at the acceleration there for the 101. He's had the red plate for a good part of this season, but we are down to the short strokes, and FACCIOTTI doing all he can do, and that's win this thing.
As ruddy as this track is, O'Brien, I don't think it's the ruddiest Walton we've ever seen, probably because of the nice weather that we've had, but some of those corners are super tricky.
Yeah, definitely, and it's up to line choice. So these riders really got to start looking around outside, inside. Really nice here, able to get ample traction and throttle, but up in here, it starts to get ruddy, and it's kind of hard to crisscross, and it's really easy to stall and get your foot pegs or the brakes and shifter hung up in there. So it's pretty nasty.
Through the Dunlop corner into the elevator section. Looks like Gorky's got the measure on the outside. Yes, he does. Gets into that Yamaha rut before Thompson, and Thompson is stymied.
Yeah, he's having some issues there. He's definitely demoralized from that pass, but out front, gorgeous scrub, white flag there for FACCIOTTI, looking just spectacular. The champion that he is. Look at the gap he's got on our second place rider. So this pass right here, definitely hurting Colton FACCIOTTI's points race. On the brakes, Gerke just gets over there. I thought Thompson definitely had it. Thompson could have jumped along with him and taken Gerke right to the edge of the track. Thompson riding very clean, maybe too clean.
Well, we've talked about Thompson maybe being a bit more aggressive on the track, Brian, but he's got a lot of years to make that happen. To the 123 of Metcalfe, going outside. Najuris on the inside in 6th place. Look at Metcalfe carrying speed, Brian, finding areas. Now he runs Najuris right into the Yamaha banners, using all of the track. Wow.
I love it, over the Rockstar twin tunnels. He gets the pass made. You can see Narquires look over, and he sees that 123. He knows he means business, but this rider right here, Cole Fasciotti, the class of the field. Talk about that first moto win streak. It's still alive.
It still is alive as we get back to the battle for 5th place. The 24 Devil's Lake Yamaha, Kyle Swanson, having an unbelievable final few rounds of this season. He's got picked up by that team, but here comes the Aussie. The 123 Monster Energy leading Kawasaki went down in the first corner. Brian was in last place. Now he just made the pass for 5th. That is championship-like material.
Big time, but how about Devil's Lake Yamaha Swanson in 5th for almost the whole moto? Gets passed on the last lap by Metcalfe. That's pretty sick right there. But Fasciotti, go for Dunes Honda, our last year's champion, winning the moto, doing all he can to take this championship fight to the next moto. He pulled a few points on Gerke there. A solid moto to the Yamaha leaderboard. Tyler MEDAGLIA hangs on to 4th. Medi, what a comeback. Norkiewicz 7th. Rarick great in 8th, and it's Bruff and Schmoke.
Cole, just love your style out there, buddy. Nice to come home. A lot of fans here. Strong day so far.
Yeah, no, it was great to get out there and race in front of the hometown crowd, and being this race so close to my home that got a lot of friends, family, and then to come out here and race is just amazing. Track's been incredible. Really, really tough. You know, it doesn't show it on TV maybe, but the ruts are deep out there today, and you got to really hit your marks. And made a few mistakes there in the middle, but regrouped at the end and tried to put a push on Matt, but he rode good, and Colton was a long ways ahead. So regroup for Moto 2, and we're going to come back stronger.
Nice job, Trav. There is Tyler MEDAGLIA, our first Moto Hole Shot winner. Stick with us, see if you can get that triple crown.
Welcome back to the final round of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This is round 10 in the Walton Raceway. Mark Travers and Brian Koster in the booth as we get set for MX1 Moto 2. And it will be brought to you by Max Convenience Stores, the #1 place to buy all of your convenience items. 30 board is up. The lovely Melissa holding that with Sir Paul Kingsley on the line. MX1 riders getting ready for the final moto of the season, Brian.
That's right, and 10 points now separating Gerke and Fasciotti going into this final moto. There's the 5-second board.
MX1 riders now focusing, waiting for the 5 to go sideways. It does. Back on the gate, Brian. Gorgeous shot. Riders coming right at us. Left-hander. Who's going to get that roll distributing hole shot?
Looks like MEDAGLIA is poised again, but no, it's the 123 of Brett Metcalfe on that monster leading edge. Oh, big problem for our top 2 riders.
We have got some contact, Brian, going into that KTM corner. Fasciotti is all over Gorky's bike.
You can't write this stuff. These are our 2 championship contenders, and they're wrestling around out there to see who get back on the bike, and they're both gone around the same time.
There is no way we could write a better story to finish off this championship season than having both of these guys coming from last place, for crying out loud.
Man, oh man, so Gerke's just got to keep his eye on Fasciotti and stay behind him, and he will get the championship, and they are going to work their way through traffic. Now, the 148 of Cole Thompson's got a great line as he accelerates. He's actually catching up to Metcalfe a bit.
I want to talk about the number 53 of Davey Frazier sitting in 4th place, Brian. He has been a bright light in the last few rounds of this MX1 championship. He's a veteran rider. I love his style, privateer, always puts 100% on the track. Great to see him up in the top 5.
And he does it the hard way. Looks like Cade Clayson with a great start on that Redemption GP Bikes KTM. His grandma is in town supporting him, so he's stoked. There's that hole shot. Look at the top 3 in the championship vying for the white line. Medi just snags it. But here is that carnage between the 1 and the 101. Fasciotti's trying to make a pass off the inside, and Gerke just takes the real estate away from him. He gets up this up top. He's sitting on Gerke's back wheel, for crying out loud.
That looked like a pure racing incident to me, Brian, because they were both vying for that inside line, and sometimes, here it is again from a different angle, both vying for the inside.
Fasciotti's carrying the speed, and he gets up there in the soft stuff. Gerke forces him there, totally loses balance, and now he's totally wedged right into Gerke's back wheel. Gerke gets off, and now Gerke looks like he's going for the kill button. Looks like Gerke was going for the kill switch, and Fasciotti says, hey, get the heck out of there.
He's swatting his hand away. Awesome. An odd place to put his hand on the bike to get Fasciotti's bike off of his. That is for sure. Wow, unbelievable antics out on the track. We saw Fasciotti and Gerke making some moves through the 9 commandments, back up to the lead with Metcalfe and Thompson. Wow, things are askew. Let's get settled.
Thompson looks really poised right now. He's taking different lines, and he's got some great ones. He has good acceleration, and he has this track figured out well. FACCIOTTI getting by Sean Levinson on that dual lock. RM KTM moves into 15th.
I saw that Gorky was right behind him. Look at this, we got a new lead, Brian. The number 148 of Cole Thompson has passed Metcalfe in the back section and is in the lead.
So Tommy Gunn has just unloaded the clip and blasted by Metcalfe. We could see him carrying great acceleration after the finish line jump, and he got it done up in the trees, and a little bit of fishtail action for Metcalfe. So Thompson actually pulling away a bit. What a ride for Cole. This is the breakout ride we've been waiting for from Tommy Gunn.
You talked about FACCIOTTI into 15th. Gorky was 2 spots behind him, so you're right, Gorky just has to keep his eye on the prize, and that is the number 1 of FACCIOTTI, staying close, and he'll win the championship. 2 of our leaders now coming up to the 9 commandments. Gorgeous lines on the outside, very difficult rhythm combinations through the commandments. Yeah. Checking back now to the number 7, Bobby K in 3rd place, and Clayson in 4th.
Solid moto for both these riders, and they are embroiled in the championship battle for national number 6 as the number 3 of MEDAGLIA gets past Fraser, and now here comes the yodeler.
FACCIOTTI just outside the top 10 now, checking back to Gerke. A bunch of riders in between. Things are getting interesting as we get into the late stages of this moto.
Wow, there's a lot of riders between Gerke and FACCIOTTI now. Cole Thompson looking dynamite right now, but look at Medi keeping him honest. Metcalfe maybe picking up some lines because he knows how good Thompson is here. He was the king of Walton. He got the sword in 2013. He actually beat Brett Metcalfe that day as well.
FACCIOTTI on the gas as he gets by the 761 of Clayson, sitting in 5th place. Clayson had been passed by MEDAGLIA to our leader, the 148 of Thompson, and Metcalfe, wow, through this off-camber section, the apple tree they call it.
Both riders really working these uber powerful 450 motorcycles, and now it's the 3 charging on the 7, but FACCIOTTI is the fastest man on track right now, coming from 2nd last all the way up to 5th. That is a dynamic ride. Oh, Bobby K hangs up, opens the door for 3. The Husqvarna is gonna make the move. No, not yet.
This is the battle for 3rd place on the inside. MEDAGLIA likes that inside line, Brian. Over the MXP tunnel into the Honda corner, Brian. MEDAGLIA up into 3rd place.
A sweet move on Canary, and now, oh, Canary's got a tricky little line on the inside, dusting out the competition. I like that stuff.
The full smoker line on the inside, legal, Brian. Not seeing any of those yellow Chirpy's markers, separating the lines on the track. Back to our lead in the Motovan corner. Very ruddy through there. Thompson in the lead, Metcalfe in 2nd.
And Thompson down the Marin Bikes California drop away, and talking about Thompson being mentored under the great JSR. That is a really nice package there. So Thompson mentoring under JSR can only get better.
Coming into the KTM corner, the number 1 of Colt FACCIOTTI goes inside to outside on the number 7 of Bobby Canary. That puts him in 4th place. The number 3 of Tyler MEDAGLIA in 3rd.
Over the natural double comes the 148 KTM rider. Oh, and he gets hung up in the soft stuff. Metcalfe gets around the outside. I did not see that coming.
That rutted corner after the natural double is tricky, and Thompson got fully Munson on the inside. It looked like he was in quicksand.
Coming on strong is the 1 of FACCIOTTI. From that terrible crash at the start, is working up on his Donations teammate and former teammate and fellow Canadian, Tyler MEDAGLIA. So there's Fat Yotes all the way up into 3rd place. What a ride.
Coming into that Dunlop corner, that is a tricky part of the track. Riders having to really slow down. Here's that pass to the lead again, stymied on the inside as Thompson.
Oh, man, I don't think Thompson has done that line before. He just wanted to really protect that inside from the 123, and he just got in that soft, goopy stuff, and he just robbed the power out. You could just see his bike slow right down, open the door for Medi.
Here is an important battle right now, Brian. This is for 5th place. The 7 of Bobby Canary is in 5th, and the 101 of Matt Gerke, his teammate, goes inside. Well, you know what? Not team orders necessarily, but that's a gracious pass for the number 7.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure they had a little meeting before this moto about that. Bobby definitely pulled off and let Mats through, as any good teammate would. So Metcalfe with a gift from Cole Thompson, I would say, out front. Nice to see Metcalfe end on a high note here, because he has had his share of struggles. But boy, would it have been nice for Thompson to bag another moto win. He just got that 1 moto win in Nanaimo, so it would have been nice for Cole to bag another.
Also think about the fact that Metcalfe didn't have 2 DNFs. This moto win would be an interesting finish for our top 3 pilots. Metcalfe taking the checkered flag. Let's get back to the 101 of Matt Gerke and find out where he is. He's sitting in 5th place right now, Brian. Here he is coming over the Rockstar twin doubles, coming in to take the checkered flag, and this will secure the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. If Colton FACCIOTTI won and Gerke got 5th, Gerke would get the championship. So Gerke knows he's at 5th, the magic number in the Rockstar Championship. Welcome back to the Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross National Championship Day, the first championship ever for the Rockstar team and the Ocean Transportation Yamaha squad. There's Brian Hudgen from Yamaha. He is just stoked, and team manager Andre Lauren. What a day it has been for them. To the leaderboard. FACCIOTTI, what a comeback. Gerke as well. Canary, Clayson, Swanson, pretty solid here. Norkiwiras and Seth Rarick.
I really wanted to get the sword this year. But the first moto, you know, the crash in the first turn didn't help, and fall back to 5th. But nice to get a win in the championship on a good note. It's been an up and down year. We started off really strong, things were clicking, and then unfortunately we just had a couple things happen, mechanicals, and you know, I'm happy with the way I rode. We can't control those things, so I just got to keep fighting and coming in every weekend doing the job. And man, I'm happy it's over. It's been a long championship. It's been tough. I mean, us top 5 guys have been pushing the level, and it's been a dogfight every single moto. It's never been a break. So it's been a lot of fun. You know, coming up to Canada is awesome. The tracks are fun. The fans come out and they're all behind it. So I had a great time.
Get it up there, Cole. There he is, the king of Walton. Come on.
Colt, what a way to finish the series. I mean, we all knew what was coming on going into the points chase between you and Gerks was nice and tight, but to get together in that second down in the KTM corner, what the heck was going on out there?
I just wanted to make it exciting for the fans. Just he kind of cut me off on the start, and I thought I had the inside line, and I wasn't giving it up, you know, and he wasn't giving up either, so we kind of came together, and I got wrapped up in his back tire, but you know, that's just racing, and you know, I was fighting to the end, and got to give up to Matt and Metcalfe, Cole, all those guys. You know, everybody was on a different level this year, and you know, it could have gone either way. So you know, I'm happy to be up here, and just happy to make it all through all the rounds in one piece.
Formerly 101, now the #1 on the Rockstar Yamaha. Put your hands together for Matt Gerke! There he is. Matt, let's get that #1 plate. Get in there with Dave, and let's get some photos. Get those photos happening. Tighten up there, ladies. Tighten up. Wow.
That was a very interesting moto. Let's hear it from your side. What happened in that KTM corner after the start? Because things were a fury down there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I knew I was right up there, first or second, and then he ran into me and we both went down. I mean, obviously he wanted the championship too, so I'm sure I would have done the same thing. Anyway, I was way more nervous after that, and I knew I just had to be smart, but also pass a lot of people. I knew I had to get to 5th, and I did, and man, it was a crazy. It couldn't have gone any tougher, that second moto. Thanks a lot.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for the #1 of Matt Gerke.
Nice stick handling on stage, Travs. There is our final top 10 for the year. Thompson's going to be 4, then MEDAGLIA, Clayson, Canary, Keith Schmoke, and Teddy Mare hangs on to 10.
Would you please put your hands together for the top 3 in the MX1 class 2015?
Perhaps one of the best MX1 seasons ever in Canada between these 3 athletes. Remember to like us on Facebook and go to mxnationals.ca for all the goods.
You have been watching the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. For Mark Stallybrass, Brian Coster, and the entire CMRC racing crew, I'm Mark Travers. It's been an absolutely gorgeous 2015. We'll see you next year.